Welcome back. We're ready for installment number 2, belief statement and limit clearing process number 2 in this series of reclaiming our personal power. And I just want to say, for anybody who's new to this, or really it doesn't matter if you're new or not, I'm doing the first statement is kind of for everybody, and then statement number 2 and number 3 kind of are maybe more intermediate or advanced. But those words are kind of silly, because even if you're new, you can do number 2 and number 3, and I want to invite you to do that. But if you're really triggered by, one of the more intermediate or advanced statements, or if it just doesn't make any sense to you whatsoever, and you just have a lot of resistance, then absolutely, you can just think about those statements, use them as an affirmation if you want to, and then come back to, in each, it'll be like a 3-pack each time, where we kind of do a beginner, intermediate, and advanced statement. And so even if you're an advanced practitioner, you might not do the intermediate one just for whatever reason. You can always come back to it for if you feel like there's a more appropriate time to do that statement later. But I have muscle tested that this statement is appropriate for everybody here today. And so you guys should be good to go. And we're not going to do the same laying down on the floor. We're just going to sit down on the floor and extend our legs out straight. So I'll just go ahead. You want to do it side by side? Let me pull up the statement first. Statement number 2 is, I relax and connect with my one true source of life. So if there's another word that you want to use for one true source of life, or there's another way that you like to describe that, you're welcome to change the wording, or you can just use the same wording and just, however you conceive of how this source energy manifests in your life. That's what we're talking about. So I relax and connect with my one true source of life is the statement that we're going to use. And then the way we're going to clear it is with a bathtub balance. And I just call it the bathtub balance because it's, I take a lot of Epsom salt baths, and this is a good one to do in the bathtub. If you like to do, you can, do limit clearing processes in the bathtub, and, spend some extra time soaking after you're done, to really let that statement soak into your subconscious. But yeah, so we just call it the bathtub balance, but basically you're just going to be sitting on the floor. I'll just point it out for Peter. So you see Peter's feet are on the floor, and you want to point your toes up toward the sky. So really, a lot of energy shooting out of the heels there. You're really sitting up tall, and then your hands fingertips point forward. So this is what they call staff pose. So we'll start here, and then you're going to inhale the arms up, and then exhale and fold forward. So before you round over, you want to lead with the heart and lengthen the spine out over the legs. Then let the hands come forward, and you can round over. If you can't touch your toes, that's fine. Just put your hands on your shins or your knees or wherever you can reach. So we'll say the statement silently a few times here, and then you'll do the twist here is going to come with the hand across, and then so it's like a forward folding twist.
So leaning out over your legs.
Yeah, so you're still leaning out over your legs.
Put one hand on your opposite shin and then twist that direction.
So you'll say the statement out loud a few times here. Eyes are open. And then inhale tall. So come back to the center. Go ahead and inhale your arms tall and fold forward. Lead with the heart. There you go. And then do your twist. There you go. So that's what it'll look like. And then once we're done with both sides, you'll come back to the center. Fold forward. We'll do it a few more times silently in the center here. And then we'll come back up just to sit in staff pose with hands. Yeah, like that. So, any questions before we all do it together?
And like I can't sit like at a perfect L. What
Yeah, so knees can be bent again. If you need a pillow
So is it more
up under
important
there,
for your spine to be vertical or for your legs to be straight?
you're more important for your spine to be vertical.
Okay.
Thanks for asking that.
Can I sit up against the wall?
Yes, and thank you for saying that, because a lot of times I'll say if you want to lean against the sofa or the wall or something so that you, sometimes it's just easier to relax and kind of get into the position. But yeah, spine straight, neck long, and then if knees have to be bent, that's okay.
Sorry, I sit this way. Support mine.
Do it like this, yeah. So like Peter's doing. Yeah, so replay people can pause and get into position, and then everybody else get ready.
This is happening now.
Okay, so you're in your position. If you need to support the knees, do you want a pillow for your knees?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just try to be as relaxed as you can. Fingertips point toward the toes and lengthening the spine, pressing the palms down into the floor beside you. Go ahead and just close your eyes and say the statement a few times here.
Can you repeat the statement?
I relax and connect with my one true source of life.
Relax and connect with my one true source of life.
Good. So inhale, say your statement. Even if you're just saying it silently, still connect the breath to the statement.
Relax and connect with one true source of life.
Just a few more times here. Good. Let's say the statement one more time. Inhale. I relax and connect with my one true source of life. Good. So now take a moment to inhale the arms up, lengthen the spine tall, and lead with the heart before you come forward, before you round over. Let the spine lengthen out. And so if you can't reach your toes, that's fine. Just let the hands rest on the legs wherever they are. Your eyes are closed. And let's say the statement a few more times here as you relax and try to melt into the pose. If you feel physical resistance, if you feel tightness, breathe into that tightness. Just notice it. It's just a limit. And we're clearing limits. So just let yourself kind of soften into any tightness that you feel. I relax and connect with my one true source of life.
Relax and connect with one true source of
Couple more breaths as you say the statement. Good. So when you're ready, just bring one hand. Peter, you just go ahead and do your right hand first, across to your left to come into the twist. You can put your hand between the legs, or you can bring it all the way to the outside.
What do I do with my left hand?
And you can leave this hand here on the floor, or you can bring it up like this. But you're still folding forward. Breathe, inhale, exhale, and say the statement out loud this time. Eyes are open and looking toward that twisted hand.
Repeat the statement.
I relax and connect to my one true source of life.
I relax and connect to my one true source of life.
Good. Finish the exhale, then take a big inhale before you say it again. And say it out loud like you mean it.
I relax and connect to my one true source of life.
Good. Let's do it one more time.
Relax and connect to my one true source of life.
Good. So just relax back down into that forward fold. Take a breath or two. It's not about striving to reach your toes. It's just about melting into the pose. And then when you're ready, we'll switch to the other side. So remember to inhale, then say the statement.
Relax and connect to my one true source of life. Relax and connect to my one true source of life. Relax and connect to my one true source of life.
One more time.
Relax and connect to my one true source of life.
There we go. I think we got it. So you can just relax back to the center. And just a few more times silently here. Noticing the resistance, noticing if your body feels different than the first time you were in this pose. Whatever you notice, just breathe into any tension you feel in the body or in the mental space. Relax and connect with my one true source of life. All right, so you can just slowly walk your hands up your legs, slowly come back up, and then let's go back into that staff pose with your hands, pressing down, lengthening the spine. So say the statement a few more times here.
Relax
And connect.
and connect to my one true source of life.
You can say it silently or out loud, either one. I relax and connect with my one true source of life.
Relax and connect with my one true source of life.
This process is complete. Okay, so it's muscle testing that we've done enough for now. If you feel like you need more time with the statement, absolutely take some more time. If you're watching the replay, you can do that now. If you're with us live, you can do that later today. But we have at least begun this process in enough detail. So let's all just come back together and we'll see if anybody has anything they want to share about the process before we move on. I can't tell. Brandy, are you saying yes or you just getting situated?
I didn't have anything like flash in front of me like I usually do. It was all just like physical.
Yes, that is common too. So every time you'll see, the more you do these processes, that's one reason I like for people to share, because there's such a variety of experiences, and you're not doing, even if you get nothing. A lot of times people will say, I got nothing. I don't, but a lot of times physical is where it'll be. There'll be some sort of sensation, some sort of, it can be like a feeling of nausea arises, or it can just be a twinge in your knee. Like it can be so many different things. So thank you for sharing that. And the physical stuff is just energy moving. It's, that's why the breath can help relax and calm those, those twinges or those tight spaces or whatever. It's we're just moving energy, and just breathe and allow it to move.
When I was doing mine, when I twisted to the right, to the left, it was fine and comfortable. And when I twisted to the right, it was a lot of tension and strength, and my neck started hurting. And just down the right side, like pretty much the muscles all along my spine, all the way down my right side. Okay,
so that could mean that Peter has, some energy in his masculine energy that really was needing to clear. That was, I would call that resistance.
Yeah.
you know, especially when it's intense like that. And so, yeah, just breathing, noticing it, acknowledging it, and then breathing through it is the best way to, and then often what happens when we have that kind of thing happen during the process is later in the day or later in the week, you know, the emotional stuff might hit us, or the memories, or the, you know, it varies a lot how that works. But yeah, so it was pretty physical for you too. Okay, but we do need to celebrate, though. We have not celebrated the change of relaxing and connecting. And so again, it's an ever unfolding process. And I clapped.
No, you didn't.
So you don't have to dance. You can celebrate in whatever way feels good to you. But
you have to dance.
The important part is that you evoke that feeling of joy and celebration. And, you know, so if you can't muster a smile, you know, then do something, you know, tell yourself a joke or do something to get into that celebratory energy. All right. So I think we're ready. We'll just say goodbye to replay people, and limit clearing process number 3 will be in your inbox tomorrow. So, love y'all.
Bye, everybody.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.